If you're listening, touch your head. Oh, it doesn't look like everyone's... Okay, everyone's listening. Okay, so today we're going to talk about boat balance. Now, what is boat balance, you might ask? Does anyone know? Fred, what is boat
Balance in the boat.
Explain that further, please.
Between skipper and crew, you need to have good balance to keep your boat flat and go fast.
Good. Okay, now I'm going to explain why having balance in the boat creates a more efficient way of sailing. So, if we have our boat here, you can see that it is not shaped with straight sides. This is because it creates less drag when it goes through the water. Now, if the boat has heel, which is leaning to one side or the other, then the boat will want to steer in the direction of the curve that it is leaning to. So if this boat is leaning to the right side, then it will want to go left. If this boat is leaning to the left side, then it will want to go right. Any questions? This is called the banana effect.
Okay.
Good way to remember it. Now, if the wind is coming from the top of the page, and our boat is like this, what tack are we sailing on first? Yes,
The
Chris?
starboard tack.
Correct. So our sails will be like this, and
What about an
now
opti?
we'll just pretend we're sailing a double-headed boat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Any more questions? No more further interrupting, please. Something funny? Okay.
No.
Now, if this boat is heeling to leeward, which means that it's heeling left, which way will it want to go? Which way will it want to travel? Up or down?
Up.
Correct. Now, this is called weather helm. In order to counteract this, the skipper must steer downwards. So these two forces counteracting each other creates drag, and it slows your boat down. And this is not fast. Now, if the boat is heeling to windward, which is to the right, then it will want to bear away from the wind and go down. This is called lee helm. And in order to counteract this, the skipper must head up into the wind. And this also creates drag and is not fast, an efficient way of sailing. Natural helm is the natural helm or natural balance of the boat. Most boats have a natural weather helm because weather helm is more likely than lee helm, because the force of the wind on the sails is often more than the force of leverage from the crew weight on the side of the boat. Any questions? Connor, any questions?
No. I think I understand it all, Aiden.
Okay, so we'll do a quick quiz here. Quick quiz.
Yeah.
What is it called when the boat wants to head up into the wind?
What will happen when you have leeward heel? Weather helm?
Yes, correct. So, what heel would cause the boat to have lee helm? Connor? Yes.
Windward heel.
Correct. Any other questions? Well, you guys fully understand this topic very well. Good.
You're a very good teacher.
Thank you.
Hello, class. So, today we are going to be looking at the banana effect of the sailboat. When you are sailing and you have heel, which is when your boat is slightly tipped to one side like this, your boat wants to turn in the direction of the shape of the boat, of the side that you're heeling towards. So if this boat, for example, had heel to the starboard side, like this, it would want to bear away to the left. Vice versa, on the other side, if it had heel to the port side, it would want to head up. If you're sailing on the starboard tack, leeward heel will create weather helm, which is the tendency of the boat to head up into the wind, and then the skipper has to counteract this action by bearing off. And this is very slow because the more steering you do, the more drag you create, therefore the slower you go. If you're sailing on starboard tack again and you have windward heel, your boat will want to bear away, so you will need to counteract this by heading up into the wind, and this will also create more drag and slow your boat down. Any questions?
How might you get windward or leeward heel?
Well, that's a very good question. See, balance in the sailboat is key to sailing fast and sailing well. Windward heel may be obtained if the true weight in your sailboat is too far to the opposite side of the sail. So if you're sailing on starboard and your crew weight is too far to the right side, then your boat might tend to have windward heel. If your crew weight is too far inside and the force of the wind on your sails is greater than the force that you're creating by sitting on the side of the boat, then you might have leeward heel.
So you want to try and keep it
You want to
flat
try
all
to
the time.
keep the boat flat at all times. Correct. In order to increase the efficiency of your steering and speed. Any other questions? Thank you. Okay, so we're going to play a little game called What Would Happen If? And basically it is what would happen to the boat in certain circumstances. Any questions? Okay, so Connor, you go first. No, I think Connor is confident in his first question. So. Okay, so Connor, what would happen if the boat was heeled to this side like this?
It would want to go that way.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Emma? Hard question. What would happen if the boat was heeled to that side like this?
That way.
What would happen?
Go that way.
It would want to go that way. Yes,
Yes.
correct. Fred? Yeah. I would like you to step inside the boat, please. You're sailing on starboard tack. No, you're going to be sailing on starboard. Okay. Looks like you have a little bit too much windward heel right now. Please balance the boat to keep it flat. Good. Now, if you would like to head up, what are you going to do?
Do some leeward heel.
Correct.
But use the sail, no?
Yes, so theoretically the sail will be pushing like this. Right? Now, pretend that you have leeward heel. Which way would you be steering? Yeah, because the boat. Yeah,
I'd have to counteract it by bearing off.
correct. What is that called?
Lee helm.
Incorrect.
Windward helm.
Weather helm.
Weather helm.
Because with leeward heel, your boat wants to head up into the weather or the wind. Now, with windward heel, which way are you going to be steering to counteract?
I'd have to head off. The boat would want to bear off.
Which is called?
Lee helm.
Correct. Any questions on boat balance? Questions on boat balance? No? You guys fully understand the concepts of weather helm, lee helm, and heel? Okay. Class? Okay. Right now we're just going to review everything we learned today. So, we're going to start with a diagram of the boat, the hull of the boat, and each of you has to tell me something that would affect the boat in some way to do with the lesson we learned today.
I'll
Fred,
start.
we'll start with you.
Okay, the banana effect. So if you get leeward heel, your boat will want
Okay,
to head up.
let's pretend we're sailing on starboard here, so we get leeward heel.
your boat naturally will want to head up.
This way.
And if you want to keep on going straight, you have to counteract that by bearing off with the rudder, which is slow.
Exactly. Bearing off with the rudder. Drag. Correct. Connor.
Hmm?
Uh,
Sorry, what
which
was the
way?
question?
Which way would the boat want to go if it had windward heel, heeling to this side?
Would want to go
Left.
to my left. Yes.
Yes, this way. Which way would the skipper have to steer in order to counteract that?
Head up.
Which is the right, yes.
To the right, yes.
Yes. So the skipper would have to head up, which creates drag and slows the boat down. Any questions?
No?
Okay.
That's good.
Moving on.
What about, isn't there another alternative other than just using the rudder to counteract the heel?
Yes, that is a very good question. See, crew weight, which is just the weight of all of the people on the boat, is a very good way to help counteract the heel that the boat is accumulating by the force of the wind on the sails. So that's why things such as hiking and trapezing are put in place on boats, which create leverage in order for you to keep the boat flat. So if your boat is heeling to leeward, you want to move as far away from the middle of the boat on the opposite side of the sails as possible in order to keep the boat flat. If your boat is heeling to windward, you want to move in as close as possible to the center of the boat and maybe even to the other side of the boat to keep the boat flat. When you're bearing away around a mark, let's say there's a mark over here, and you want to bear away around it, it's going to be hard to bear away if you have leeward heel because your boat's going to want to head up. So you're going to be counteracting the upward force of the banana effect with your steering. And it would be a lot easier if you just didn't really have to steer and you just had windward heel going around the mark. This might be very difficult on windy days, but if you practice makes perfect, so you can get the hang of it. And if you're rounding a mark, so if you are going to round this mark up like this, you want to have leeward heel in order to help you head up around the mark and into the wind. Great question.
Great answer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emma, would you like to talk about anything you learned today?
No.
So as you guys work your way up through the levels, the Cansail levels, you will learn how to hike, which is when you put your feet in hiking straps and you create leverage to keep the boat flat, and you'll learn how to trapeze, which is when you are on a trapeze wire and you wear a harness in order to create even more leverage using your weight to keep the boat flat. So pretty much the best, most efficient way of sailing is keeping your boat flat and keeping your sails trimmed right for the wind conditions.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
got it. Thanks.